Good evening, and welcome to the Speak Life Podcast. I am your host, the innovator, the motivator, and the storyteller, Cherie Casey. I'm coming to you tonight just to talk to you about a few things. I am really enjoying podcasting. It gives me a chance to have a conversation with people all around the world. And sometimes there are topics that I'd like to talk about without having a guest because it gives a different perspective. But today I'd like to talk about dreams. Dreams and what dreams have done for you and what dreams have done for me, what they do for us. You have to have a dream. Everybody has to have a dream. Whether you acknowledge it, whether you own it, everybody has one. You look at people sometimes and you see them. I know when I walk through a grocery store and I see a frail, elderly person at the counter checking me out, I wonder to myself, was this their dream? To retire from another job and have to work in a grocery store, being on their feet, dealing with people at this time in their life? I don't think so. I look at people all the time, homeless people, people who are down on their luck, people who are on drugs and have all kinds of issues. I'm in the mental health field, and I look at these people and I'm like, wow, this amazes me. So my topic today is hold on to your dream. Hold on to that thing that lives inside of you. Because if you hold on, it won't let you rest. You ever felt like something else was pulling you? Now, we all have to make a living. We all have to work. We all have to get up every day. And we feel that we're obligated to punch someone else's clock and work for these people and give our blood, sweat, and tears. We all feel like we're obligated to do that. And yes, we do have bills to pay. We do have to keep the lights on. We have to keep a roof over our head. And we have to keep gas in our car. However, there comes a time, a fork in the road, when you have to make a choice. Am I able to follow my dream? Will I ever get the opportunity to follow my dream? It's kind of touch and go because you're feeling as though if I take this opportunity and if I step away from the nice, secure job, what am I going to do? How am I going to make a living? Well, you have to come to the realization and take the energy that you have taken to work for someone else all these years and the dedication that you give to them. What about taking that energy and that dedication, putting it towards your own business? There are so many opportunities out here. So many things that people could do. I never realized that there were so many things. I don't get on the internet just for fun. When I get on the internet, sometimes I look for funny things, but sometimes I'm looking for information. And when I see information and opportunity, I take advantage of it. Not silly stuff, and I'm not into slapstick comedy, so that kind of stuff, is ignorant. And for me, I mean, I like comedy. I love a good laugh, but I like things that are going to enhance my life. Inspirational quotes and seeing people do things and seeing people accomplish things. That's what I like. Because none of that other stuff is going to help me grow as a person. It's not contributing to my community. Watching people fight and carry on, that's not contributing to my community or to my purpose in life. I used to be like everybody else and watch all of these reality shows, and I'm not going to call any by name, but I used to watch quite a few of them. I rush home to watch them. But after a while, watching sisters beat on each other and cuss each other out, when they could be sitting down at the table, putting together some business plans, that does not appeal to me anymore. Yes, it's mindless TV, and there are some shows that I watch, but all the shows that I watch are geared towards, family-orientated things that have meaning. Everything I watch on television, everything I read, everything has to have a meaning. If it does not have a meaning, then what's the use? You're wasting time. I'm learning how to not waste time, y'all. I'm learning how to not waste time. When you waste time, you're wasting precious moments that you could have invested in yourself in some kind of way. You could have done something. If you've been wanting to write a book, you could have sat down, took the time, and wrote a book. If you wanted to put together a business plan or some kind of invention or things that you want to do, if you wanted to go back to school, the time that you would need to study, and you're sitting wasting precious time. I'm talking to you because these were the things that I found myself doing. Being overly tired from working every day for someone else, not having enough time to have my own thought process, until I got sick for a month. When I got sick for a month, I sat and I thought about things. And I said, wow, I have to take better care of myself. I cannot allow myself to get this run down and sick because I won't take a lunch, because I won't do this, because I won't do that. I allowed myself to get too comfortable. Don't get comfortable where you are working for somebody else. I'm telling you right now, do not get comfortable. I can't see your hands, but I know I'm asking, how many of you have felt like, oh, I'm so comfortable in this job, I love it, and then guess what? You get a new boss, y'all don't hit it off, or you get a new company CEO, and you don't know what the changes are going to be. Or, guess what? The company starts downsizing. Everybody that you knew is leaving, trying to find another job, or they were laid off. Things change. These corporations are downsizing. They are not thinking about you and your family and your livelihood. So you need to come up with a strategy. Come up with a plan. You can start an online store. You can start a book service. I just had a conversation with a very good acquaintance of mine, and they were talking about, they're over 50 and still working 2 jobs. No, no, no. I cannot do it anymore. I won't do it. Anything I do at this point is on the consultant level, where I can sit at my computer and do it from my house, and maybe make 1 trip a month to the site, to the location, to sit down for a meeting, but that's it. I would not be like the people in the grocery store working, standing on my feet after 60 years of life. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to sit down and use my mind and push my dream forth. And that's what we all need to do. Push forth your dream. What is your dream? Have you thought about it? Have you sat down and really thought about it? Have you put anything on paper lately? Have you discussed your dream with someone and they said, "Oh, you can't do that. Yeah, you ain't doing that. You ain't doing that." I've heard that before. Guess what? I kept going. I kept going. Don't allow anyone to talk you out of pursuing your dream. Because guess what? Those who would talk you out of that, they're not really your friend. And some of them could be family. Either they don't want you to succeed because they're afraid of your success, and then they don't want you to get ahead of them. That's very selfish. So don't hang around those people. Be careful who you share that conversation with about your dreams. We read all the time about people who were in different circumstances and decided to do different things, stepped out on faith. People laughed at them. I was watching this internet snippet today. If you get a chance, you can look it up. It's called The Wallet. I don't know who it's by. It's just a little snippet. And this woman was dating this guy, and I guess he was between jobs, and she really degraded him. She left him. He was begging her not to leave him, and she degraded him. Totally degraded him. And then she took his wallet, told him, "You're nothing." Took his wallet and threw it somewhere. And then another woman found his wallet and brought it to his house. And then it showed 5 years later where the woman, where he was married and living in a big house, and I don't know what type of business he had, and every time he hires someone, he tells the story about how he lost his wallet. So this man shows up with this woman to his home, and the woman is the same woman that he was dating 5 years ago. And so he comes out, and she starts berating him, and her husband goes to the bathroom. She starts berating him, talking, "Oh, you the house boy, you the cleanup boy around here." He didn't answer her. He didn't say anything. He just let her talk. So when her husband came out the bathroom, he introduced the man as this is my boss, the owner of the company. That woman, her mouth literally, and not only that, he brought her there to interview for a job. That was so funny. But it goes to show you, people who don't